anytime.
We've been ready.
He's
Well,
on his fifth. He's on his fifth wine.
You know that, guys, we are low.
He's got a bucket of wine with a handle on it.
Yeah, I'm double checking to see if we're live and see. And then, Gary, you have any other from a computer data you could check? Because if you check, we are definitely live.
That's cool, man. I'll
Cool,
trust
man.
you.
Everybody's looking at Gary. Like, hold on here. Let me see. Hold on, let me see here. Let me see. Michelle Brown from the Bronx. She just logged in.
Blessings, Michelle. Welcome.
Yeah, Miss Brown.
Could I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Yo, we have a legend with us. Welcome to the show, everybody out there. We have a legend. We have a top international DJ in the building.
Yep.
Mr. OLAS Boss.
Yeah. I was shortening it to the boss.
Yes.
I was wondering.
Boss.
I was wondering who you're getting in.
Well, let me see here. Definitely. As you guys come in, Lisa White from the UK, London.
I know Lisa.
You know Lisa?
Wow, she's on my Facebook a lot. Yeah, Lisa. Bless up, Lisa.
Anytime you see Lisa, say, Lisa, smile. She doesn't smile. And she has a beautiful smile. But she don't smile. Smile, Lisa.
Every lady has a beautiful smile, man.
I know.
Every lady.
Every lady. Oh, she's laughing.
Every female in the world has a beautiful smile.
Is that Lisa Snow White? Lisa Snow White?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And as you guys come in, share the page. I can't share from where I'm at here, but definitely, guys, share the page. Have fun. Ras, did you text the boss and give him the site that we're on?
I'm in the process of figuring out all my computer gadgets. It's a trial and error, touch and go. Thing. Learn as it happens.
Learn as it happens. Yeah, definitely.
On the job training, that's the way to roll.
Can't roll better. As soon as everybody's coming in, Barbara from Toronto, bless up yourself. Big you guys up. Definitely just go and share the link. Share the link. We have the big boss here, and we just want to sit, chat, and right over a glass of wine. So, we definitely go. Cheers. You guys, how you doing?
As I always say, guys, caring is sharing, sharing is caring. Show your care, show your share.
There you go.
That's right.
There you go.
We're all one unified collective. We share each other's work all the time,
Yes. But
Gary, how was Jamaica? You just got back from JA. How was it?
Yeah, it's interesting. Nice vibes out there, really nice vibes. I played 2 nights in Kingston, and I played one night down in Mobay. And
that's my town.
Yeah.
Not too cool now.
You ever been Clock Tower?
Where?
That's a Clock Tower.
Clock Tower. I haven't been there for years.
Yeah, downtown Mobay. It's a really tough night down there. It's a lovely night.
Mm-hmm.
Proper old traditional, proper reggae. The stuff that I've been looking for in Jamaica. Because it's very, very difficult to find reggae in Jamaica anymore.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not what it used to be down there. Everything is just. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I played 2 nights. I played one called Dub School, in Kingston, and that was a street night. Lovely music, lovely guys, really nice vibe in there. And the second night was Vinyl Thursdays. Pure vinyl, obviously.
Just strictly vinyl, right?
Strictly vinyl session. It was beautiful, yeah.
And you brought vinyl down?
Yeah, for real.
Oh, you kidding me?
Yeah, there's a little trick. There's a little trick to that. On the airlines, they always say you've only got 5 kilos or 3 kilos of hand luggage.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to so many countries this year, no one ever checks, man.
Lucky yo.
My hand luggage to JA was about 22 kilos. All records.
Oh
Just,
my God.
just and boom, on the plane, away you go.
So did you have any dub collection in there? Personalized dub?
Yeah, I had a couple, but I'm not into that. I'm not into clashes, and I'm not into showing who's recorded what for you and all that. You know, that's not what I'm about. I'm about joyful reggae. I'm about putting smiles on faces in the places. You know, I'm about bringing fun back into the music, playing the music that people seem to have forgotten about over the years.
A lot of foundation.
Yeah, foundation for the nation all the time. Clashes don't appeal to me. You know, that's not my style. I've been invited to do clashes, but I'm never going to do a clash. It doesn't interest me. I like niceness, you know.
Yeah, and you know what happened? A lot of times, guys say to me, if I want to clash and stuff like that, it does. Clashes is just for street credit. You know, it costs you so much to prepare for a clash that whatever you will win for a clash, it doesn't even pans out to me.
Yeah, and there's so much nastiness in a clash now. The clash of the old days was a lovely clash. You know, you could go there plate for plate for plate for plate. But now it's just bad mouth, bad mouth, bad mouth. You know?
Whosoever could talk the most shit. That's the bottom line, yeah.
I don't fly that way, you know?
Yeah. So I'm glad you took the tour to Jamaica. You had a blast. At least you played in Kingston and played in Montego Bay. That's pretty much okay. Did you get to see any sightseeing otherwise, like Bob Marley areas or anything like that?
I only done one sightseeing, and I went to Bob Marley's house, to the mausoleum, to pay my respects there. And I think if anyone's going to Jamaica, that's one thing they should do: go and pay your respects to Bob Marley's mausoleum. That's the only thing I did, though, man. To be honest with you, I'm not a sightseer, you know.
No, okay.
I like to chill when I'm not playing. I like to chill, and I was only there short as well. Only like 6 days. I was only there, so I played 3 of them and chilled the rest of the time.
Okay.
Nice.
Now,
yeah, I've done a bit of scouting for the final, though.
Yes, Ras.
I want to know. I mean, you guys are both of you are big time DJs who have done it for so long, way before any of this Facebook, YouTube. When did you all get started doing it when did both of you get started doing it professionally? At what age, and why did you get started in it? Was it because you needed a gig, a job? Was it strictly for the love of music, or was it a combination of both? You know.
Well, for me, I'm going to shock you now, because I was playing back in the 80s, and then I had a 25-30 year break. Seriously,
really?
that long away from it all. Yeah. Went back into selecting about 10 years ago, because I was very disappointed in the tunes I was hearing every time I went out. Okay. And thankfully the people came back to me after such a long break, and and it's gone on from there. And in that short space of time that I've been back behind the decks, I've been very, very blessed with the following that I've created. Worldwide, it's been a phenomenal existence for me. I'm very, very blessed. It's hard to actually put it into words. Just how much it means to me, the support that I get everywhere I go. It's mind blowing.
Before I put my input in there, so did the radio station also was your backup that helped you also to put forth the reggae music that you wanted to play?
Well, I think so, yeah. We go on about Facebook and we talk in derogatory terms about Facebook, but the way that Facebook has created the video DJ, the video selector, you can basically put on your live show on Facebook Live, so people can see what you can do. Sometimes when I'm out playing one of my concerts, I could do that from Facebook Live, and people can see exactly who you are and what you do and how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And that has made a massive impact. But internet radio, you know, that's what I came back onto. And, you know, I've been the Wednesday night show that has got so popular for me now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that I would say that has played a major part in my rebirth.
That's awesome.
Welcome each and every guys.
The nice thing about the video DJ is that you get to see the energy too. I mean, you feel the energy through the music, but every time I tune into your show, OLAS, you know, I see your energy, and I can see you getting into the vibe, and I think it brings people to you. It's like you're naturally magnetic, just visually. Like if you just turned down the sound and just watched you do it, you would be drawn into it as well. And
Give thanks.
But that's the same thing with Triple. The way Triple moves, he's like no other. You know, it's like he's like floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee.
Yeah, boss, I shake my ass most of the time on the turntable. That's what happened. You know, but you know, as you said, you know, how I got into it was, you know, following from the old Garnet Silk era and things like that, passing through Garnet Silk, you know, seeing Garnet Silk in front of me, was sitting down in the same yard and stuff like that. That was the fun. And then moving with the Conquering Lion sound. Just hear vinyl playing, the whole foundation thing in reggae music at that time was mind-blowing to me. You know, and I always saying that this is something I want to do. When I came to the States and things like that, just in the 90s, and I decided to bring the Conquering Lion sound to the States. And from then, I wanted to, you know, play the music and, you know, have fun with it. And, you know, as you said, boss, the music changes and everything. Even the other day I was saying, it's hard, like the guys that put out the record now, they used to put out the edit version and the raw version. You can hardly get an edit version right now. Like, what happened? It's like everything that they put out right now is just for the club setting. What's going on?
Well, interesting point. Lyrical point as well. You know, the London is like a battleground now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, picnic killing picnic day in day out. You know, it's a terrible.
It's
problem.
sad. Kids.
Yeah, but they let them play gunman lyric all the time, rape lyric, and all them kind of lyric that the dancehall and bashment and slackness and all them kind of. And people say to me, why don't I want to play those tunes? Because I don't want to see picnic killing picnic all the time. And there's got to be an influence from the music. There has to be influence from the music. And as I'm good friends with you know, quite a few artists. And I spoke to Earl from the Heptones only a month ago, and I said to Earl about music going wrong in Jamaica at the moment, and why Spanish Town has just been put on a curfew and all them things, like, you know, Montego Bay on lockdown and all of those things. And he said to me that there's a problem with the producers. The producers turn away conscious lyrics all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't sell.
They exactly that. They say, come back with gunman lyric and then we can record. They do not want conscious lyrics anymore. And until they realize that conscious lyrics have been there forever and they will always be there, and put it back to the forefront of reggae music, then, you know, we're living in dangerous times.
You know what? Go ahead, finish.
Yeah. And I know it's not all just down to bashment and slackness and dancehall and all that. Video games have played a major part in corrupting the minds of the picnic, but the way that reggae music is spiraling out of control in the way that it's playing now, and the lyrics and you know, when you go to Jamaica, you don't hear reggae music anywhere. You only hear dancehall. People only want to hear dancehall. That's all they want to hear.
Dancehall and American music, rap,
and American music, of course, and until we can address that, and until we can get conscious lyrics back to the forefront, then I fear for the population of the world, the picnic, especially the picnics.
Since you talk about that, boss, question to you and Puterang, Raz. Now, this is, we acknowledge where the music is being broken down from and things like that. As you mentioned first, also the producers, they're not putting out the conscious music out there, rather the dancehall and stuff like that. What type of changes you think that should be made on that? Where you say the changes should be, because number one, in my belief on that, and you guys tell me what you think. An artist could talk how many crap on a record, but if the market is not there, he'd have to go back home because he's going to be hungry, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
So the market is there. If the people them who's buying the crap, they're the ones that have to change first. You understand?
Yeah.
That's my opinion. They have to change.
I agree with you. And I think that if you look at artists that were hardcore and have kind of switched over to a more righteous lyrical style, and their sound has become better because of that. You have artists like Cargo, who is dancehall, and now he's doing gospel albums, and they're fantastic. They're beautiful. So I think the change starts with the artist adapting to, hey, what matters? Does money matter? At the end of the day, not really, because everyone dies penniless, right? And you get to the root of what matters in the heart and the soul. And if a new contemporary artist can tap into that lyrically and musically, that's what I think will lift up reggae music. But we have to get back to the fundamentals of
it.
Roots.
There are plenty of artists. There's plenty of artists in Jamaica. I must have had 20 artists at least come up to me and give me CDs and that kind of thing when I was in Jamaica, playing lovely, authentic, conscious roots reggae music. But they just will not get the breakthrough. They won't get the radio breakthrough. They won't get the producer breakthrough. They're doing it all themselves.
Everything down there is like this too. You got to tip this person. You got to tip this person. Tip that person. It's so crazy for your music to move.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, reggae music, authentic reggae music, there'll always be a home for it, and there'll always be a love for it. And around the world right now, people would be amazed that every corner of the globe has got an amazing reggae scene going on, playing authentic roots reggae music, conscious music. I found it in New Zealand, I found it in India, I found it in Australia. It's there, and and hopefully that's going to push to the forefront.
And touring all these locations and stuff like that, checking out with the reggae music, is there any difference from New Zealand, especially to Australia, in the music, or it's just the same and good vibes?
I tell you seriously, when I went over to India, I played the Goa Reggae Sunsplash, and I went over there and I took some vinyls over there as well, and I thought, what am I going to play? What are they going to be listening to?
So that was a challenge a little bit, right?
Yeah. And they've got a great scene, really good scene going on over there. It's a bit of a fake festival, really. It's a 2-day festival, but there's a five-day pre-party and a 5-day after party. It's a wonderful thing. The first India, man, India. I'm telling you. And the first tune I heard.
That's awesome.
First tune I heard when I got out of the taxi.
Guys, share the page, guys. Desiree.
Far I is the captain of my ship. That's the first tune I heard, and as soon as I heard that tune, I thought, this is where I want to be. They're playing proper reggae music,
Yep.
And
So
it's a sound system in Delhi called the Reggae Rajas, and they are a good sound, and they are proper Rastas, Indian Rastas, and they've got a wonderful spiritual reggae culture going on over there. They really have. India's kicking that. Yeah, sweet out there, I tell you. Really sweet, you know.
Gary, you know Israel Vibration, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know Apple Gabriel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's working on a new record these days, and it's funny because I got talking with him a little bit, chatting with him a little bit, and we were talking about who the last like living roots reggae legends, the reggae legends that are alive today. And we went through in our minds who we thought was worthy of that title. And when it came down to it, there was only about 7, okay, left still alive. And that's kind of scary for the state of reggae, is how many of these great legends are actually moving on to Zion, you know?
Yeah, but it's life, man. It's life. It's the circle of life. You know,
right.
Next week we have a festival over in the UK called Scarmouth, and we bring over legends all the time. And we've got
where in the UK that going to be? For those who from the UK is in the room,
that is going to be next week. It's around the 23rd. Something. It's a 4-day festival.
That's not up by Rotterdam, right? Is Rotterdam you're talking?
No, it's much smaller than Rotterdam.
Okay.
And we bring the really old legends over. You know,
cool.
we've got Stranger Cole over next week, and we've
nice.
had Susan Cadogan and Dennis Al Capone and the Pioneers, and you know,
sure.
that sort of artists. You know, proper vintage rice and peas artists. You know.
Sure. Would you say that you got your start going back to ska as your main influence into reggae music, like going way back into your introduction to it? Because everyone is introduced to it at some point, you know.
My introduction was in my very early teens, in the punk scene. The punk scene in London. The punk scene always had a reggae DJ, always had a reggae band. Steel Pulse and Black Uhuru and bands like that used to play in the punk scene quite a lot.
What year was that? What year
would be? That'd be in the 80s, right?
Yes, no, the 70s, 75, 76.
Really?
Yeah. And that's when I started hearing Dennis Brown and Clint Eastwood and General Saint and all of those tunes, you know. And they're the tunes that got me actually filled my life and have controlled my life forevermore. You know, those you know, talk about all them old tunes.
It's interesting how the punk scene, which Bob Marley talks about in his song, you know, Punky Reggae Party, and how it's a rebellion like Rasta, you know. So
sure.
early on when you were coming up, did you rebel a lot against Babylon?
Me a rebeller. in the music.
Come. Or in general too. I mean, it's funny how reggae music is so much responsible for calming people down. You know what I mean? So I'm just curious, like when you say you were in the punk scene first, I mean, so you must have been a pretty big rebel beating down Babylon.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the punk scene was all about that, but the punk scene quickly took the back seat for me, because as soon as you know, I was going to sound crass, but it's the truth. And as soon as reggae came into my life, it overtook with an almighty power anything else I was listening to. And you know, the reggae scene was very, very important back then, alongside the punk scene, and very, very important with Linkton Kwesi Johnson and artists like that.
Right, the poet.
And,
That's the poet.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and still Polson.
Yeah.
We had Rock Against Racism marches in London, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the reggae scene was massively important in that back then. You know.
Right. It's interesting because my friend, who's also your friend, and I hope he's watching right now, is Paulie Boots.
He texted me today. I didn't even get back to him. I was so busy.
Big up Paulie Boots, and it's funny.
Paulie.
Yeah, big up Paul Boots.
Because Paulie Boots, when I first met him, through Facebook, he had all this stuff about skinhead, right? And I had to explain to a couple of my American compadres that he wasn't a racist with swastikas. It's a scene, it's a movement. So, are you familiar with the skinhead and that type of scene?
I play to the skinhead scene quite a lot.
Right, because you're the Trojan sound too, right? You represent... I play all the way from blue beat all the way through to digital dub nowadays. I play everything and anything in between.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's nice. That's nice. Everything and anything between.
Absolutely. If it's a good reggae tune, I'll play it. But what people need to realise that in the UK, the skinhead scene is different from anywhere else in the world. The skinhead scene is purely a reggae scene. It's a non-political scene. It's purely a reggae scene, and those guys know their reggae. I tell you, they're all boots and braces and tattoos and that, but they know and they love their reggae scene. They really do. It's a different kind of scene.
Mostly foundation though, way back foundation we're talking.
Yeah, foundation, ska, ska through to '69 sort of area. That kind of.
Okay.
That kind of the early Trojan and the Dr. Bird and the Crab and all those labels. Early Pioneer stuff, Toots and the Maytals stuff. Jackie Opal and Doreen and all them. Serious original artists. Foundation, what we call rice and peas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you like any of? There's some new groups actually trying to recreate that feel of early reggae, rocksteady ska. Have you?
The Frighteners.
You like them?
The Frighteners. Do you know the Frighteners?
Yeah, the Frighteners. There's
I
a
like
couple
them.
other ones that are really good.
Yeah, Frighteners are really nice, man.
Nice.
Love their sound. Love their sound. I'm not. I'm not great love of new, which is terrible, really. I'm not a great lover of some of the new sort of scary, punky reggae bands that are out there right now. I don't listen to that, but a band like the Frighteners, I think, are trying to do it the right way. I'm very impressed.
They sound really authentic. I've actually seen some of their stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, sounding some nice rock steady vibes coming through from there.
No doubt.
We've got lots of bands in the UK as well. Lots and lots of bands that go out playing authentic reggae. Loads of bands,
So you're lucky that you have that. In the U.S. where I am, and where Triple is, the scene is lame. It's all hip hop driven. It's all. I don't even say rap. It's not even rap driven. It's hip hop. And it's all commercial bubblegum stuff, which is depressing. It really is.
Well, I think Europe has taken over, I think, as a reggae capital.
Oh, my God. Germany is doing phenomenal, too, especially
Spain, Italy, France, Holland.
Look,
it's mad, man, I tell you.
Spain carry the biggest reggae sunsplash every year. The biggest. Rotterdam.
Yeah, I played there 2 years ago. I played 4 nights there. It's a wonderful festival.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah,
now, being a Caucasian, playing the reggae, have you ever?
No.
No. Have you ever come across white boy, you playing reggae? Who are you to be playing reggae? Have you ever come across those type of people?
Every day, every week.
How do you address it?
I just say, blessed love, brother, and carry on. At the end of the day, even in yard, evening yard last week.
I was just about to ask you. Also, you went to Jamaica. Did you get a cold shoulder at any point? Because of course the youngster that will do that.
Yeah, well, the youngsters don't know what reggae is anyway.
Right.
If you talk to when I played my gig, I had two of the Heptones and I had Dandy Livingston come down and watch me play too. Because I made friends with them in the UK when they played here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking in a bar the next day to a young guy bartender, and he'd never even heard of them. He'd never heard of Ken Booth, and I found that really horrible.
That's sad. Very sad really, to me. Sad.
But when I get that that kind of reaction, I just let my music do the talking. I know my music, I know my history, and I can pull out a tune. And if I can't make them smile, then that's their problem.
Exactly.
Do you call yourself a selector or a DJ?
I'm a selector. I'm a showman.
Okay.
I'm a showman. I'm a showman selector, but I'm an out-and-out selector. Yeah, I have a T-shirt that says "I'm not a jukebox. I'm a selector." So when people when people ask me on my radio show, "Will you play this and will you play that?"
Mm-hmm.
I always say to them, I'm a selector. I'm not a jukebox. If you want to go and hear a tune, go to YouTube. Mm-hmm. If you want to listen to what I'm playing, stay with me.
Yeah,
I'll entertain you.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. That's very good the way you put that.
Gary, who do you think is, in your opinion, the best new reggae artist right now?
The best new reggae. Oh wow.
Not even group, just individual. If you could pick one out, what would you say? That impresses you. It doesn't have to be the best ever, but just someone who stands out.
There's a guy out there called Kazam Davis.
Kazam Davis.
Kazam Davis comes out of Trenchtown.
Really?
Yeah. Kazam or Kazim. Yeah, Kazam Davis. I'm very, very, very keen on what he's producing at the moment, what he's putting out. He's not getting any airplay whatsoever. No one's backing him. He's doing everything on his own. And it's his wife actually who organises the Vinyl Thursday.
How is spell that first name? You spell his first name.
Kazim. I'm sure it's Kazim. Yeah, Kazim Davis. Great artist.
There's so many there,
But we have, in the UK, we've got some great artists that are not getting airplay anywhere.
UK carries some artists I didn't even know that was really, bubbling like that.
Oh, the UK's bubbling. It's really bubbling. Really bubbling. There's some great female artists as well.
Oh.
I'm going to check that. That's like a recommendation about a good wine, Gary.
Yeah. Really bubbling.
It's hold on there. I just looked up the artist that you were talking about. He's pretty good. You got Are you guys hearing that?
Yeah.
You hearing that?
And another guy I recommend to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Viper. Yeah.
Like the snake or the car.
Well,
Nice.
You'd probably say it was the snake. Viper. General Viper. He obviously he mixes up reggae like everybody does, and he does switch to dancehall. But when he does his root stuff, I was on tour with him in India when he was over there, and he's putting out some amazing root stuff. Lovely, lovely root stuff.
Awesome. Nice.
So you just
see this is what we're doing. We're picking your brain, and we're learning. We're gathering. We're learning. This is great.
But there, I could probably pick yours too. But when
don't worry about picking my brain.
There's when you come over, you look at UK artists like Raz Charmer. serious artist. Serious artist. There's some really, really fine artists in the UK putting out some street reggae. It really is.
Who are some of the artists that have pissed you off over the years? For me, it was Buju Banton because I became, a bona fide Rastafari because of him. And then I was like, screw this dude. He got arrested for cocaine and he's got guns. Screw Buju. He was lying to me the whole time.
Can I just give you one more tip? One more tip. A guy that I have so much faith in. His ability is amazing, and he's a genuinely smashing guy. A guy called Zacchaeus Jackson.
Zacchaeus Jackson.
Zacchaeus, yeah, Zacchaeus Jackson.
Okay, okay.
Fine singer. Who's pissed me off? Who's pissed me off? Do you know what? It's going to sound really crass, but no one pisses me off.
Really?
No, I don't allow them to.
That's righteous. You're like the Yoda, the Jedi,
No, it's
no reggae artist that you definitely know that definitely like do the weirdest crap that he or she should have known better, and that don't piss you off.
Last weekend in Kingston, at the very end of the night, there's a guy who's a reggae poet, and there's hundreds of reggae poets out there, but he was a reggae poet. And just at the end of the night, he started going on about white supremacists.
Oh,
and
God, yeah.
I was sitting there with my partner, and I just looked at him and I said to him, "Why are you doing this, bro? Why? Why do you need to do this when we're here? We've come over to play for you. Why are you doing this?"
Mm-hmm.
And he just carried on and on and on. And people like that piss me off, but artists that make songs don't piss me off. They just they amuse me. They amuse me. If they're going off the rails, they amuse me.
I mean, did you ever follow, the what's that Buju song or album, Inner Heights, all about Rastafari. And then you hear about him getting arrested, and I mean, Bob Marley did.
Yeah, but whatever you say, if you're in a dance and you drop a Buju or two, the crowd go mad. The crowd go mad.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if he's pissed you off in the past, or he's coming out in December, and December the 8th, is he coming out?
Yeah, one of these days, and he's doing his first show in Trinidad.
Yeah, and the crowd will go just as mad for him as they ever did.
And that's so funny because it pissed off everybody in Jamaica. Why his first show is not Jamaica? Why it's going to be in Trinidad?
But if his second show's in Jamaica, they'd just as be happy to see him. They won't care.
That's what they should. They're wondering. But guess what happened? Trinidad is the richest Caribbean country right now.
And who's the most prolific recording artist in the world? And he's been incarcerated for years now. Mm-hmm. He puts a new tune out every week.
Vice Cartel.
He puts a new tune out every week. He puts a new tune out.
And they're hit.
Yeah. He's really struggling in prison, isn't he? You just got to look at it. You've got to take everything at face value. If it pisses you off, then they do something else a little while after. It'll make you happy.
I was just let down. It would be like, you found out.
If he'd have come round and sat on your sofa and drunk wine with you, and all that, then that'd be different. But
we'd hang out. But it would be like if you found out Bob Marley was Milli Vanilli, you'd be upset too,
Oh well, shucks. Yeah, Milli Vanilli. My Marley's tracks, huh?
I'm pretty sure Ziggy would be pissed off. Damien, Stephen, and Julian, they wouldn't care, but Ziggy would be really pissed off.
God, yeah. So Gary, have you been to New York?
Only as a tourist many years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't played in New York.
Ras, any day he touched New York, we have to definitely go get him.
You got the key to the city if you come to New York, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No, give thanks. I appreciate that. I do want to come.
It might only open up a hot dog stand, but we'll get you in there.
Well, if it opens up your wine cellar.
There you go. Yeah,
No doubt.
yeah.
No doubt.
He got some good collection. I could tell you that much.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I'm looking to come over to the US next year. I've been invited over to play at so many different places. I'd like to do a US tour, but doing something like that takes a hell of a lot of planning, and I've got to get it right when I do it.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep in touch so we'll know what's going on anyway.
We'll help you.
Yeah,
plan.
definitely.
It will definitely come out. Triple, what do you see on the Facebook right now for any questions for OLAS, the boss?
Okay, let me see here, guys. Question: Is there okay? Jermaine say, is the music okay? No, Jermaine was just answering you, Ras, for something that you had said. Guys, definitely, Marie. I'm telling you, Marie Reynard. She looked up Kazim Davis, and she was on some of his music, so she's talking about it,
Yeah, that's cute. Kazim is a nice guy too.
Kazim, yeah. I'm definitely, after we finish here, I'm definitely gonna pay some attention to him also.
But Zacchaeus Jackson as well is another big one.
And Zacchaeus Jackson, okay. Desiree say, gotten. Guys, you guys definitely ask the question. I may look. Somebody said the Silvertones play a great part in ska. Silvertones,
massive band, massive band, and a band that is still, as far as I'm aware,
that's Frida.
Touring now. In the original lineup as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so where you see yourself in the next 5 years right now, especially with the music business?
To be honest, if I climb no further than I am now, then I'll be eternally happy. I'm grateful for. This is going to sound crass. I don't mean to. It's just how I am as a human being. I'm grateful for every day I wake up. Every single day I wake up, I'm grateful for. And if it gives me a chance to put a smile on somebody's face and play a tune that's going to make somebody dance, that makes me happy. I don't want a lot out of life. I'm not interested in material things. I'm just happy playing my music and having the chance to travel to India this year and Australia and New Zealand and Jamaica and all. Then that makes me the happiest man on the planet. And if I'm making people happy at the same time playing reggae music, then that makes me extremely happy. And if I'm doing the same thing in 5 years' time, if God allows me the grace to live 5 more years playing reggae music and to be able to do it, then man, 5 years' time I'll be as happy as a happy man.
What radio station you on?
I'm on not an actual out-and-out reggae station. It's I'm on one reggae station called Conscious Radio.
Is it one channel?
It's Channel Radio.
Channel Radio.
Yeah,
Channel
that's what.
Radio.
Yeah, that on Wednesday.
And how long since you been with them?
8 or 9 years now. 8 or 9 years. I'm the only reggae show on the station. And I'll always give thanks to them for allowing me to do the show with them. But in the same context, I've hopefully given Channel Radio something back as well and got brought people to the station, which is
oh my God,
each one teach one.
So hold on. Yeah, 1 second, Ras. You were the one that came to the radio station and brought the reggae, or they heard about you and bring you in to do the reggae segment?
No, I was doing another radio station before this, doing the reggae show there, and when this station formed, they sort of headhunted me and said, "Would you like to come and do your reggae show on our station?" I wouldn't have done it had the other station not decided they were going to pack in. So I never walk away from one to go to another. That's not how I work. I've got loyalties in life.
Yes.
I think everyone should have loyalties in life, but unfortunately, not many people do.
That's true. Yes, Ras.
Not these days. No, I just want to say, when I tune into your show, which I do a lot, whether you know it or not. I mean, most of the times I'll tune into your show and I'll just have it playing through my speakers, and I'll enjoy your segment because you're playing amazing old stuff, like you said, and you're not talking too much through it. You're giving shout outs here and there, and it just has a good, smooth flow to it. And then when you do decide to chime in and say, big up, boss, be like, respect, Ross, you know? And you and Triple were one of the first people that I noticed and gravitated towards when this Facebook Live first started, you know, which was, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years ago, something like that. And you're still doing it today, both of you. How much, let me ask you both this question. How much is it about viewership, and how much is it about showmanship, and how much is it about playing for yourself?
That's a loaded question.
I see a lot of playing for yourself these days, but you know, I'm the smallest guy, so let me jump into this before Gary. You know, Gary is a superstar here. With me, it's playing the music and showing the creativity that I could do, especially with certain mixes and stuff like that, to show you could put like one evening I'm trying to remember, I put I was doing the reggae and I blended with the Frank Sinatra, you remember? And then right. I pulled back Frank Sinatra out and put in Jay-Z with Beyonce, then pull them back out and put the reggae in again.
Did you practice that beforehand? It then came on live and wanted to show that off a little bit?
No, I normally do. No, I normally do my thing live right then and there. I mean, think about this particular, and I already know like certain Gary, you know, certain beats per minute and certain things. Yeah, yeah. So you know, especially what we go with whatever, you know, you can go 5 down, but 5 up is a problem and stuff like that. So I was looking at Frank Sinatra in that folder, and I saw the BPM, and I was like, I know I could drop that in there, but you know, let me see how the feedback I'll get, and then I do it. You know, so that's what I always want to do, like show the creativity in a mix and stuff like that. I could put this song with that song and blend it and make it sound so natural and so real. You know, Gary, go ahead, boss.
All right, but for me, Raz,
yeah,
it's simple. I am just me, and when I play live, when I do Facebook Live, there ain't no difference. There's no difference. That's how I am behind the decks, you know. Apart from doing shout outs when I'm playing live, you know, when I do a live.
Gary, stick a pin right there. Raz, he kills me with that. He remember every friggin' person, and I'm sitting there like.
That's what I'm saying.
Like 50 million people, and
it makes you feel special.
Yeah. Gary, how you do? Finish what you're saying, and then you go into that part. How you memorize it like that?
I don't memorize anything. You know, the comments come up on the screen, and it becomes a bit of an issue when there's like 2,500 comments in a 2-hour show.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
because they're going up like that. Like it's like, you know, and I'm trying to pick them out, but I often get accused. You know, well, I don't often get accused, but some people say, you know, I've been saying hello all night and you haven't seen me. I can't help that. You know, there's 2,000 odd comments. I can't see everyone, and it just so happens that I miss the same person over and over again. It's not deliberate, but if they don't come, you only get 4 messages at once on the screen.
Okay, now be honest. Be honest. Do you watch your show back after it's done?
No.
Done and done.
No. I might listen to it back.
Because Triple listens to his show like 5 times back.
I listen, but I don't watch it. I just have it running in the speaker and I listen.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
yeah.
what I do, because sometimes I say, Gary, damn, I shouldn't have played that song right now. I should have waited and then played this other song. Because I'm my own terrible critic.
We all are, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say that. I don't watch it. I just have it playing in the speaker and I listen. I say,
yeah, that's the same as me. I will do that. Because often I get, some people say to me like, just shut up and play this music. Stop saying hello to everybody. But I like saying hello to everybody. I'm a people person, and I think that's what creates my show. Really, is the fact that I do try and give as many shout outs as I can, as well as the music I play. So, but sometimes I've got to be honest. I listen to it back and I think I've got to turn this off. I can't stand that guy talking all the time. No, I'm only kidding. But yeah, I listen to it back. I never watch it back.
Mm-hmm.
If someone might point out that I've been cussed on there, and I don't want to go back over that and look for that comment.
Yeah, I do, because it's just gonna make you.
Why would I? Yeah. Why would I go back and look at someone cussing me? There's no point. So,
all right. Do you think you have a lot of DJs out there that really envy your success right now in the UK?
I send blessed love to each and every one of them. It's not for me to say, is it? I'm happy doing what I do. I'm not worried about what anyone else does. Everybody that's out there playing reggae music to the people and trying to entertain people is fine by me.
Are there any top DJs out there in the UK that you could say you gratefully tip your hat to? You don't have to answer that question. I'm just, maybe there's someone out there that you.
Raz, I would tip my hat to any DJ. I would tip my hat to any DJ that's out there taking reggae music worldwide. Right. I mean, the daddy's David Rodigan, of course, and I would bow in front of David Rodigan for what he's done for reggae music.
Okay. Right
but any DJ that's out there playing reggae music and playing reggae music in the right way and trying to entertain people and trying to
spread the message.
Yeah, spread the message, spread the love, with the right mentality. I'll tip my hat to all of them.
Why you think a lot of DJs on Facebook envy each other as DJs?
Triple, I can't answer that, man. That's down to them. You've got to ask them that, isn't
it? That's a vague question.
I can't speak on behalf of the nation.
Gary, what I would like to really know is your affiliation with Rasta. Do you consider yourself Rasta in that sense? Not in the religion, not in the textbook ism and schism, but in the eye.
Well, take out the orthodox
concept of the heart.
Yeah, take out the orthodox, and yes, I guess I would do.
Right.
But my life is not akin to Rasta. So I can't. I never claimed to be a Rasta, but if I was going to adopt any orthodox philosophy, a Rasta would be the one I'd adopt without a shadow of doubt.
But you know that there's a God.
Of course I do.
Who said that? Ras?
And you treat everybody the way you would be treated, so you are a Rasta, I think, in my opinion, my humble opinion.
Well, I am of the, I don't know if it's a rarity. It seems to be a rarity nowadays, but I will give grace to anybody, absolutely anybody. I will offer anybody my hand at any time. I always will do. But if you cuss me and dust me, then I might not be so friendly to you. But if if anybody offers me a handshake and a smile, then I'll open my door to you and you can sit at my table. And I mean that, Raz. That's how I live.
That's right.
I've run with the wolves, and I've given I've given hugs with bears before. But my life now is purely peace, and I'm very, very blessed. I'm very, very blessed. I'm very, very happy in life. I'm very happy doing my music. And I'm very happy with the way that life is taking me. I've reached my mid-50s now at a very, very happy place.
Respect. I mean,
mid-50s. I tell you look younger than me.
I'll pay you later.
You've spanned at least 4 decades of reggae music, spreading it, sharing it, loving it, playing it. I mean, that's respect, man. I mean, I don't think there's anybody out here that doesn't have. I raise my glass to you, sir. Seriously.
Give thanks.
OLAS boss. Honestly, respect and love, man. I mean, that is amazing. And the fact that you were able to make a living and a career out of it is even more respectful, in my opinion, because if you could do something that you love and feel and spread that message of love and unity, more blessings and power to you, sir. So I tip my hat to you. You know?
Give thanks, Raz. I appreciate that. You know, there's one thing I will say, and I think it is paradoxical. It is the one phrase that sums up the complete movement and the complete justification of me putting my whole life into reggae music. It's something that makes me so happy is that you don't listen to reggae music, you feel reggae music.
Feel it.
You feel it. You don't listen to it, you feel it.
Yes. Right.
And that involves everything for me.
One thing with good reggae music, when it hit, feel no pain.
That's
No,
why
Gary.
That's why you're a DJ.
Gary, you got a son that sings?
But
You have a son that sings?
yeah, I've got two sons that sing, man. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they've gone off in a different direction though. They're not reggae singers, but they're fine musicians. My boys are embroiled in music as well. Yeah, they more of a rockabilly country vibe.
Okay.
But they're incredibly talented. Yeah, both two of the kids. Yeah.
And how they going on with the music business? Good, successful for them?
Well, the youngest one, 21. He's writing his own songs, and if you can hit it, blow it, suck it, or play it, or strum it, or whatever, he can do it. Like, you know, he's an incredibly talented kid, and with the rockabilly country sort of side of things, he even drives a '57 Chevrolet Apache. So he's fully involved in the whole thing, like, you know, and I think I think he will go somewhere. Maybe only in a scene, but he will go somewhere. He's got the drive, he's got the ability, and he's a nice guy.
Okay. Do you promote his music also on your show?
No, he wouldn't like that.
Why?
He wants to do it himself.
You know that, Raz. You know that.
I know that. I had a father who wanted me to follow in his footsteps, and I followed in his footsteps. And then I realized I don't want to follow his footsteps.
Yeah, my father wanted me to follow in his footsteps, and he was a grave digger, and I just fell in the hole.
That's not true. That's gotta be.
That's really a true thing. Serious. That's true?
No.
Look, man, follow the joke.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Well, that would have been a good one. I'd have stuck with that, you know.
Yeah.
So, listen,
all right.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in this evening.
Yes.
I'm going to give you guys a couple final words here. We're going to end this.
Come on, guys, spit it out. Jermaine, I seen you talking. Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out.
It's after midnight in OLAS land, the boss land. So, and he's got to get up. He's got to work and do stuff. So, I just want to get some final thoughts from you guys, and I just want to say thank you, Gary, for sitting in and doing this Q&A with us, and really appreciate it. So respect to you, sir.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Legit. And also, Gary, tell the viewers, you know, for those who in the room right now may not know how to find you, where they find you, and what is what when you broadcast.
Okay. Well, I've just created a Facebook fan page, OLAS Boss. But it's a waste of time because people won't migrate from if they're on a page, they will not migrate to another page.
Yeah,
and
that's
I've
the thing.
I've got thousands of followers and this, that, and the other on my own page, and they won't move. They refuse to move. So the OLAS Boss page is a waste of time, you know. But yeah, you can if you put just in that Facebook OLAS Boss, you'll find me. You'll find me.
By the way, boss, I like how you put on your Facebook page the other day. Hey, listen, I can't accept any more friends. So if you're not my friend, please remove yourself politely, quietly, and get the hell out of here so more people can come in that actually want to be my friend.
Yeah, Ras, you gotta write that up on a piece of paper so I could put that up. That sounds reasonable.
Oh, you gotta go to the page. You'll see the post. It's hilarious. It's great.
Yeah, it's just it's manners and honors.
Yeah.
You know, if they're on my page and they're not really my friend and they don't like me, that's cool. But just move along.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy. It's easy. I just want nice people. You know, I've got a nice, happy life, and I just want it to remain that way. And I really give thanks for the time tonight, Raz. And Triple, it's been a pleasure being in your company too, brother.
Thank you, man.
Definitely. You still haven't tell when you broadcast yet.
And you too, Triple. Too bad yourself.
I broadcast on Wednesday nights, UK time, 7 p.m. Through to 9 p.m., which is internet only, and that's Rice and Peas, Boss Reggae, Rocksteady, and Ska. And then 9 o'clock I do Facebook Live for 2 hours of roots and dub, and the final hour is called Dabbing Under the Duvet, which is purely lovers rock hour. So 9 o'clock is Facebook Live on Wednesday nights in the UK time.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, you all hear that? For those who are in the room who already know that, well, that's pretty much cool to know. And I'll be there for sure. You know.
Give thanks.
And I hope, guys, we all log in and have fun there and stuff like that, you know. Thank you very much for being here, sitting and chatting. I'm so glad I get the chance finally to chat with you, because me chatting with you when you're broadcasting, forget about it. 555, my name Dion is so small, so you wouldn't even see my name. But you know, thank you for giving us the pleasure to just chat with you.
Thank you very much indeed. It's been an honor. It's been an honor for me as well. And as I say, we're all in it for the same reason, for the love of reggae music and for the love of humanity and mankind. And that's good enough for me.
No doubt. Thank you, boss. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
One love.
Thanks.
Until next time.
Until
you got a
next
song
time.
to take us out, Triple? You got a song to take us out?
No, well, you know what? I was gonna have that song that Gary told me about it. I have to go look up the guy. What's his name again, Gary?
Kazim Davis. Davis.
Take us out with that song. That's what's up.
Kazim Davis. Yeah, that'll be a good one.
But also, Gary, check
Go
out
ahead.
the website that I built, applegabriel.com. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do.
He is the new manager for Apple. You didn't say that, so I'm telling you.
We're kind of guessed.
We're all managers of reggae music. So
you know that. That's spot on.
That's, we're all trying to get dub plates and everything else and tours and recognition. So it's for the love of the music. And as I said, Apple is one of the last living legends. So check out that website if you can.
I will do.
Appreciate that. Respect.
And if you're ever over in the UK, come link me up and we'll play together. I like that. Cool.
Oh, man. Don't pet me.
Take care.
Right.
Stay blessed.
Take care. I love his video, Gary. I love the video.
It's a big artist.
Wow. Right. Good night, Gary.
Good night.
Take care.
Bless you, love.